Welcome to the Topaz Digital Signage Tutorials. In this video, we will show you how to create and use a new custom template. Begin by accessing the Program Management section of the side menu. Next, click on Template. You should now see two pre-developed templates under the System Template tab. If you only wish to have one video or image displayed at one time, then these templates are all you need. However, if you wish to create different zones for different media, add scrolling text or RSS feeds, add a logo, or add the time and date, you must create your own templates. To create your own template, begin by highlighting the User Template tab and then clicking the New button. A new template box will now appear. Give your template a name and choose a resolution. If you're creating a portrait template, then select 1080 by 1920. If you're creating a landscape template, then select 1920 by 1080. If your screen is a 32-inch model, you'll have a resolution of 1366 by 768 and must choose the appropriate resolution. Next, enter any remarks about the new template and click OK when you're done. You will now see a template design interface and can begin laying out the different zones of your media. Your template can have a background that you can see underneath the media zones. It can either be a previously uploaded image or a color. This is not an essential element, but can be used to give your content corporate branding. Whether you want an image or a color as your background, begin by clicking the background option from the interface's side menu. Now a message will appear asking if you wish to set an image as a background. For now, we will use a basic colored background. If you click Cancel and then click anywhere on your template preview, a color option will appear. Now click the color drop-down box and a color palette should appear. You can select a color from one of the hundreds of samples or choose your own by entering a hex color code. Once you are happy with your background color, you can move on to the next step of adding media zones. You can only have one video zone per template. This is to avoid complicated content with conflicting motion and sound. Note that your template must include a video zone. Video zones can display both video and image files. You can set these zones to any size you require. Begin by clicking on the video option from the interface's side menu. A media zone will appear in your template preview. Your next step is to size and position your video zone. You can do this manually by clicking on the zone and dragging out the frame handles. You can also size and position your zones more accurately by entering values into the input area on the right-hand side of the interface. In the above example, the video zone has been resized both vertically and horizontally. As long as the video's aspect ratio matches the aspect ratio you've created for the player, it will display without any distortion. The position of the zone can also be inputted here, either in pixels or percentage of the overall template. To delete the zone at any time, simply right-click with your mouse and click Delete. You can add up to 4 image zones per template. You can set these zones to any size you require. Begin by clicking on the Image option from the interface's side menu. A media zone will appear in your template preview. Just like with video zones, you can resize and position your image zones. You can do this manually by clicking on the zone and dragging out the frame handles, or you can size and position your zones more accurately by entering values into the input area. Once you are happy with your first image zone, you can add another by clicking on the Image option of the interface's side menu. To delete this zone at any time, simply right-click with your mouse and click Delete. You can add one scrolling text or RSS feed area to your template. You can set this zone to any size you require. Begin by clicking on the Text option from the interface's side menu. You can resize and position your scrolling text zone in the same way as your video and image zones. In addition to your other zones, you can add one logo area to your template. This zone has a size restriction with a maximum of 256 by 256 pixels. It is ideal for branding as it will stay on top of all your other zones, meaning it will always be seen. Begin by clicking on the logo option from the interface's side menu. Once you've clicked on the logo option from the side menu, you'll be redirected to your list of uploaded images. Next, tick the checkbox below the image you wish to use as your logo and click OK. Your image will now appear as your logo, and you can set the size based on the original file dimensions. In addition to your media zones, you can add the time and date to your template. These zones cannot be resized, however you can set the style, color, and font size of both. These zones will also always stay on top of your other zones, meaning it will always be seen. To add a date display to your template, begin by clicking on the Date option from the interface's side menu. Reposition this where you want the date to appear in your template. Time is exactly the same as date. Once you have finished adding all of the media zones that you want to include, you can now save your template by clicking the Save button. You'll now see a list of the templates you've created. Thanks for watching, and check out the other instructional videos for more tips.